Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the June 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Libra. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But Libra, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so the last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for June. In the third column, we're going to talk about money. The fourth column will be specific to love. And in the fifth and final column, we'll do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note. But let's go ahead and get started. So again, column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. Pulling a summary affirmation card to start, we have the card, I will fight. So likely Libra, in the last few weeks, things have been a little bit more challenging than usual. When I see this card, you didn't lose the battle, but it takes some extra strength. It takes some effort, energy, extra energy to accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. So things could have just been a little bit more challenging than we would have liked, or maybe we were used to. Nonetheless, I think you were still able to get stuff done, which is great to see. But let's see what messages we have here. Okay, first up we have the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is a card of anxiety. It can be a card of grief, depression. It could also be like nightmares, something keeping you awake at night. But I'm not surprised to see some of these harder feelings, especially given the fact that I think you've had a harder last few weeks than usual, Libra. Of course, we're going to clarify that, but I think, again, it's just been a challenging last few weeks or month. The next card we have is the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles is a card, this is again kind of a card of worry. It can be a card of struggles. This could be like ill, actually being sick. There could be like financial loss involved. Again, this is a card of kind of going through the struggles, being in a lower place. And at the bottom here, we have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups also is kind of a low feelings card. You pretty much got them all here, Libra. So it seems like, generally speaking, it was a rough last few weeks. The nice thing is this is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So if you've been feeling this way, you should be able to put it behind you relatively soon. Again, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. The 5 of Cups, things like loss, regret, feeling unloved, feeling abandoned. It's those kind of grieving emotions or those low feelings. Let's clarify though and see if I can give any other context to these last few weeks. Not great, Libra. I'm sorry that you had a rough last couple weeks. First up, we have the Devil. The Devil, generally speaking, is like a card of overdoing something, and it really could be overdoing anything. This is like addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession. So again, kind of overdoing any one given thing. I think you have a lot going on. You've had a lot to stress about, a lot to worry about. Possibly some overthinking tied in with that Devil card. The next card we have is the 10 of Wands. Not at all surprised to see this. The 10 of Wands is a card of being stressed, being exhausted, being burnt out. Again, just given the other spread of cards, I'm not surprised to see this. It'd be hard to not be burnt out, be stressed, exhausted when you've had the few weeks that it seems like you've had, Libra. Then at the bottom here, we have the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is a card. This is typically like a conflict, a situation, a relationship on the rocks. This could come in the form of something like theft, betrayal, dishonesty. Of course, further leading to some of those low feelings we've highlighted. So it could have been an incident as well, triggering some of these feelings. So again, I'm sorry, it seems like you had a pretty rough few weeks, definitely fighting through those last few weeks. Again, the perk though is that's what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so we get to move away from that energy, Libra. Let's take a look now though what's coming for June. Obviously hoping for much better cards here. But up first, we have the summary affirmation, I am connected. I'm going to get kind of close to the camera because it's hard to see. I apologize, the sun settings too, so it's a little bit weird lighting. But if you look at the top of this person's head, there's all these little tiny lines, and these are all of our different connections. And it's really easy in life to get disconnected because, like I just showed you, there's so many different connections. This is connections to friends and family, your heart, your soul, the ground, time, all these things that we have to be connected to. But I like this. Again, it's easy to get disconnected, but this card is saying that you'll be really well connected going into the month of June. But let's take a look and see what cards we've got coming for you here. All right, there's the turnaround we were looking for. First up, we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a low card. It's been a painful last few weeks, feeling like we're in a low spot. I'm not surprised to see this. The sky is dark. The person's laying down flat. They have all these swords stuck into them. Again, it just feels like you come off kind of a really crappy last few weeks. Again, it was harder to get through things. Nothing was easy. Lots of challenges, lots of feelings. So this is kind of you entering into the month in those lower feelings. But we do have a nice shift and reset here. The next card that we have is the Devil card. We talked about the Devil card too earlier. It's kind of that card of overdoing things. So with the Devil, it could be, I don't know if I said the Death card, I meant the Devil card, sorry. Greed, addiction, envy, materialism, obsession. Again, it's really that overdoing type energy. So just be aware of that with the Devil. I think the best thing that you can do, Libra, is maybe take a few days off, take a rester, take a breather. I just feel like things have been overdone. I don't know that you're continuing to overdo them. I just feel like things were a lot the last few weeks. We need to break this cycle of being burnt out, feeling like we're in a low spot, being overwhelmed. At the bottom here, though, we have a really, really nice, which I'm glad to see. If you've watched my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. We have a nice full rainbow here, happy couple, kids playing, house in the background. The Ten of Cups is a card of everything good. It's a card of contentment, total love, support, happiness. So again, really nice shift of energy, especially coming off a not so good last few weeks. But we can get back to this point of happiness, back to the point of contentment, which I love to see. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of patience. I feel like we've been waiting this out. I will say you've still done a really good job of working hard. We talked about that with the Fight card. It's not like you gave up, but again, you had to fight through it. You've patiently waited this out, but again, it's wrapping up, coming to a close, shifting. Thank goodness. The next card we have is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a card of being very self-sufficient. I feel like you've had to do a lot for yourself lately, which is tiring. This whole situation can be really tiring. This is also a card of communication too, so keep that in mind. Communication could be really important for you going into June. What I'm hearing though is like you almost need to set boundaries with yourself with the Devil. So it's like being able to stop the cycle of overthinking or stop the cycle of worry, or even like maybe you've been stress eating and kind of setting that boundary for yourself to stop that stress eating. So setting those boundaries to prevent that kind of overdoing energy that we see with the Devil. At the bottom here we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of being busy, so I don't know that things are going to slow down for you, but they are going to be easier. So I wouldn't say slower, but definitely less difficult. So I think you're still going to be pretty busy. When we see the Seven of Cups, there's something different in each of these cups, Libra. So I think it's still going to be busy, but hopefully not challenging like it's been the last few days, or last few weeks, I mean, because definitely lots going on there. The Seven of Cups can also be like a commitment card or a non-commitment card. And with the Ten of Cups, it's very much so like a friends and family card. So I would say be careful with the commitments you make. If you make them, you definitely want to go through with them. So just know that you're kind of tired, you're still kind of busy. So I'm not going to tell you to go for them or not go for them, but just think about it before you commit. Like I said, this is committal and non-committal energy kind of wrapped up in one. And it does, again, feel tied to friends and family obligations, just given the Ten of Cups. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column. Anything related to money. We're going to start with a quick money message here. It says, it's okay to miss money, but imagine how it would feel if money missed you. Do things that attract and seduce money. Like attracts like. To make money want to be around you. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money. Job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Anything you associate with money. Right off the bat here, Libra, we have all major arcana cards. So when we see that, we know we have big, clear messages. So starting at the top, we have the Judgment card. I love the Judgment card. This is one, Libra, that's always favorable for you, which is good to see. With the Judgment, this is a card of clarity. So I think you're going to be finding out some information that perhaps you've been missing the last few weeks. I like the feel of this clarity. I like the feel of this information coming forward. This is also like a decision card, so there could be a pretty significant or important decision coming as well. The nice thing with the clarity is, like, I feel like you'll be well armed. You'll have the information you need to make a decision. The next card we have is the Sun card. In terms of good cards in the tarot deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card, so I love this. This is a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. Again, whatever the decision is, this is an indicator of a positive outcome. This is happiness here. But yeah, definitely success in whatever this decision or change we're making with the Judgment. At the bottom here, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is very traditional, very conventional. I don't think you're going to get a crazy curveball of information or a wild decision. It is a big decision, but it's not like going to be completely out of the realm of your norm, I guess is a good way to put it. I will say though, in terms of just making the decision and how it is on the other side, we already have the Sun card saying success. The Hierophant though is an expectations card, so this is like exceeding your expectations, which is nice to see as well. Let's take a look at our clarifiers though and see what other information I can give you. First we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card, so this is a card of needing to heal. This is a card of feelings. I wouldn't say detach your feelings from this decision making, but maybe give yourself a little bit of time to process any feelings you have before making a decision. I think that whatever this information is, whatever this clarity is, it's going to prompt feelings, and it's like we kind of need to unpack and process those feelings before you can make a really kind of sound, clear-headed decision. The next card that we have is the Fool card. I would say if the decision is like between an old and a new, I would definitely recommend going for the new, especially with the Fool card here. The Fool card is the first card in the major arcana. It's fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, adventures, beginnings. It's going after something new. It's taking the plunge, jumping in with both feet. It's on top of the Sun card though, which is really honestly so good. Again, doesn't really get much better than the Sun card. So I think this new beginning is very, very promising. And at the bottom here, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of there being competition, kind of having to protect yourself against that competition. Again, I feel like this is exceeding expectations. Maybe this is you exceeding expectations. So I wouldn't be so worried about the competition. It's probably going to be there. It always is. But again, this looks very successful for you. The new beginning looks very promising. And again, expectations are being exceeded here. So competition could be there, but I wouldn't give a lot of time and energy to it. Okay, now Libra, let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. Quick love message here for you. It says, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you'll be surprised where it leads. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love. First, we have the Four of Pentacles. Libra, the Four of Pentacles is a card of desires, desire for long-term security. So there's something in your love life that you desire to have that you don't quite have yet. So again, this is you wanting something that we don't have yet. The Queen of Cups is our next card. The Queen of Cups is a card heavy on healing. This is also, if you look at the cup looks more like a trophy than it does a cup. And this is about treating yourself like the trophy. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this is a really good time to work on you. And focus your time and energy on you. And I'm not saying there's anything that needs to be fixed or anything of that sort, but the message that I'm hearing is like, work on you, Libra. At the bottom here, we have the Two of Cups, really wonderful love card coming in. It's romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. So definitely, I think the desire is to have a relationship. In the meantime, just keep focusing on you and doing you. And it seems like this relationship will come forward and come through. So it's not something you really have to hope for. Again, I see your desire, but it seems like it's going to come pretty naturally on its own. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First, we have the Knight of Cups, another amazing love card. This is like Prince or Princess Charming, Knight in Shining Armor type energy. Very romantic, very proposal-like. Again, I think the desire is that we're wanting a relationship here, Libra. That seems to be the message. Or you want to get engaged or married again if you're already in that relationship. The next card we have is the Ten of Cups. We talked about the Ten of Cups earlier, my favorite card in the entire deck. It's a great family card. It's a great card for children. Total love, support, all of those great things that come along. Again, I feel like there's stuff that you can do to be working on you to get yourself to a really content place, and then the pieces kind of just fall into place in terms of the relationship. But another good relationship with the family and kids on there. At the bottom, we have the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, hope, inner clarity. Again, I feel like for those of you hoping for a relationship, this is obviously going to renew your energy as you enter into that relationship, or if you're in an existing relationship, as you get married or engaged, that'll kind of boost that hope and that renewal that we see with the Star card. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of I will forgive. It seems like there is some forgiveness that needs to happen. That tends to be what we see with that card. Sometimes that forgiveness is somebody else. Sometimes it's even forgiving ourselves for something. So keep forgiveness a little bit on top of mind here. But let's see what this message is. First up, we have the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. It's going along with the ride. So definitely some action and change coming your way. I'm trying to see. I do feel like you're well into the healing process and continuing that healing, continuing that forgiveness. That's kind of what I'm hearing is like, it's a journey, but it's not like a new journey for you. This is something that's already being worked on here, Libra. The next card that we have is Temperance. Along with this healing, along with this forgiveness, brings this lovely sense of balance and harmony, which I love. We always need more balance and harmony, so I'm always so excited anytime the Temperance card really comes up anywhere. And at the bottom here, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is about being very intentional. So be very clear on what you're trying to heal, what you are trying to forgive, and more importantly, why. Why are we doing the healing? Why are we doing the forgiveness? So that can help drive this journey forward. But again, being intentional. Taking a look now at our clarifiers really quick. The cat wanted to say hello before the end of the video here. But first up, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is, again, action, change. We're well into this journey. This isn't something new for you here, Libra. I wouldn't call this new healing or new forgiveness. Again, it's something we have underway. The next card that we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of like apathy, a card of like lack of fulfillment. So I do think I like to see the balance and the harmony coming in with the Temperance card, because things are feeling a little out of whack. Of course, that for most of you is probably the motive to do the healing or do the forgiveness. And at the bottom here, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is like bully, theft, violence, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship. I'd venture to say this is a relationship or the events of a relationship that we are wanting to forgive, that we're wanting to heal from. This is, again, typically a not very good relationship here, Libra, with the Five of Swords. Okay, now at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the King of Hearts. This is number 24 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the Five of Hearts, the number 2 card. That's also going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the Seven of Diamonds. This is number 38 card. That's also a yes. So 3 yeses across the board there for you, Libra. We are also going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of June. You have Labradorite for this month, which is good for realism. It's wonderful if you want to work on mediumship. It's a slayer of illusions, so really helping you see past any illusions. Gives you lots of knowledge and kind of greatness of the mind. So, not to mention it's super pretty also. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Libra, your healing note says, we don't know how strong we are until being strong is the only choice we have. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But thank you so much, Libra, and I hope you have a wonderful June.